Boris Becker was not present at Wimbledon last year after being deported from the UK. Boris Becker was reportedly gagged from conducting interviews about his 1985 Wimbledon win at the recent Laureus World Sport Awards. The German tennis icon traveled to Madrid for the event and booked in for several media appearances, but failed to turn up to some and would only speak about current affairs in those he attended. Becker has rarely shied away from discussing the overall state of tennis, its history, and his role in it. The 57-year-old won 49 titles, including 6 Grand Slams, doing so at SW19 on 3 occasions in the 1980s. The Daily Mail claimed that as part of the 40th anniversary of his maiden Wimbledon victory, Becker has signed an exclusive deal with a media company to give an inside look at his 1985 win. In doing so, he is barred from discussing the matter with any other outlet. His triumph as a 17-year-old went down in history and is still discussed in the famous All England club halls to this day. And this year, Becker could be taking part in those conversations if his gagging order is lifted in time. He has not been permitted to visit Wimbledon since his deportation from the UK in December 2022, having served 8 months of his sentence for hiding $2.5 million worth of assets and loans to avoid paying debts. But the terms of his conviction and deportation permit him to return to the UK from October of last year, and the former BBC pundit could mark his comeback on British soil at the stage of his greatest moment. Wimbledon is a part of my life. It's in my DNA, Becker said a year ago as he outlined ambitions to come back to the tournament this summer. Wimbledon has been my favorite tournament as a player, coach, and commentator. It's unique. You can't compare it. I lived in Wimbledon a long time, so I'm working hard with the authorities to have all the applications ready to be back for next year. We're working on 2025. It's a part of my life. It's in my DNA. You can't deny that. Becker became a commentator for the BBC at Wimbledon in 2002, a job he undertook for 2 decades apart from the 3 years he coached Novak Djokovic. He was absent in 2022 due to his incarceration and received on-broadcast messages of support from host Sue Barker and pundit John McEnroe Express. Sport have reached out to the BBC for comment over whether Becker will be hired back ahead of this year's Slam. The tennis legend also worked for Eurosport throughout the season, and his rehiring was announced in 2023 prior to the broadcaster's Australian Open coverage. Eurosport has since merged with TNT Sports.